Bullish AMP cost forecasts range somewhere in the range of 1 cent and 2 cents by 2030. Market examiners accept AMP could reach 1 cent by 2025. Bearish AMP market cost expectation for 2023 is $0. AMP presentation. Clients have become used to paying expeditiously and the independence from worry over security while making buys. This is somewhat more trying for blockchains. Notwithstanding, AMP is utilizing collateralization through its AMP token to ensure that network clients will not need to pick either speed and security. Despite the fact that the security token was just presented toward the finish of 2020, it has gained extraordinary headway. The organization is as of now being utilized by north of 40,000 areas, and its digital money is beginning to build up some decent forward movement. Could we at any point conjecture the cost of AMPs, and is the token a method for installment later on? What is AMP? In the space of cryptography, there is banter about whether to put security or speed first. To guarantee the well-being of each and every exchange, security is required. However, speed is fundamental for the boundless reception of a blockchain. Collateralization is AMP's solution to this issue. Clients can wager digital money with every exchange to guarantee that it will finish. The maker of Flexa organization, Tyler Spalding, additionally established AMP. It is developed on the Flexa organization and records two main roles. While people can involve AMP for secure and prompt exchanges from their own resources, consolidating Flexa with AMP is feasible for traders to ensure that installments are paid progressively. AMP Specialized Investigation. Specialized investigation shows that since its send-off, the AMP cost has moved generally high and low. The coin's process started at $0, and as per authentic records, it kept up with this cost for a long time. Afterward, it showed a sudden increment and crossed 3 cents. It then continued with moderate exchanging after that. AMP arrived at a record high of 12 cents. Nonetheless, following that, the coin had a precarious downfall and retested around 3 cents. AMP Principal Examination. AMP's white paper contends that it fills in as a mechanism for gathering esteem while matching the motivations, everything being equal in circulated tokenized monetary organizations. This is finished by consolidating a non-inflationary motivation circulation with positive criticism circles of rising spending capacity. Essential financial models are created to show that AMP proceeds as low unpredictability insurance, with its worth becoming simply because of the utility it offers, by empowering decentralized possession and support in monetary organizations. Applications based on AMP can become significant degrees more expense proficient than existing frameworks and assist with disposing of the mind-boggling extra weight loss of customary social and monetary designs for monetary exchanges. The record proceeds. AMP current cost. For AMP, there are clashing expectations from investigators, with some expecting accomplishment while others anticipating looming destruction. In one view, AMP is portrayed as a poor speculation by wallet investor who accepts it will drop most of its worth over the long run. AMP is at present worth $0. AMP has moved 1.60% as of now with an exchanging volume of $5,943,851. AMP is at present positioned 184 among all cryptographic forms of money with a market capitalization of $142,855,007 USD. Using the overall strength record, moving weighted normal, Williams fractal and moving normal combination difference from the diagram above, we can decide cost designs for AMP to conclude whether having a bullish or negative year is going. Our cost expectation estimates utilize continuous AMP market information, and all information is refreshed live on our site. This permits us to give dynamic cost expectations in light of current market movement. AMP Value Forecast 2023 AMP, from certain perspectives, is one of the most astonishing digital forms of money to rise this year. The AMP cost estimate for 2023 expects a huge expansion in the year's last part, potentially coming to $0. Similarly, as with other cryptographic forms of money, the ascent will be steady, however no significant drops are normal. Averaging $0 cost is very aggressive. However, it is attainable sooner rather than later given expected coordinated efforts and progression. AMP is supposed to have a base worth of $0. AMP Value Expectation 2024 of every 2024. AMP cost forecast has a lot of space for development. Because of the possible declarations of various new associations and drives, we guess that the cost of AMP will before long outperform $0. Notwithstanding, we ought to hold back to check whether the AMP's overall strength list emerges from the oversold zone prior to putting down any bullish wagers. Taking into account the market unpredictability, AMP will exchange with a base exchanging cost of $0, a typical exchanging cost of $0. AMP Value Expectation 2025. Assuming the vertical pattern go on until 2025, it could reach 1 cent and AMP might benefit. In the event that the market encounters a decay, the objective may not be met. AMP is supposed to exchange at a typical cost of 1 cent and a low of $0 2025. AMP Value Expectation 2026. On the off chance that AMP effectively helps market opinion among digital currency lovers, the AMP coin cost could stay stable for the following 5 years. As per our projections, AMP will be green in 2026. The AMP is supposed to reach and outperform its unsurpassed high in 2026. In 2026, the virtual cash will be valued at 1 cent, with a base cost of 1 cent and a typical cost of 1 cent. AMP Value Expectation 2027. After some broad determining and specialized examination, we gauge the AMP cost is supposed to cross a normal value level of 1 cent by 2027, with a base cost of 1 cent anticipated before the year's end. Moreover, AMP has a most extreme value worth of 1 cent. AMP Value Expectation 2028. Because representing things to come, organizations that are supposed to occur by 2028, we are expecting that a bullish pattern will keep carrying the typical cost to around 2 cents. On the off chance that AMP figures out how to break the safe level in 2028, we could see a greatest cost of 2 cents. Neglecting to assemble the help AMP needs by 2028 could bring about a low of 1 cent. AMP Value Forecast 2029. While AMP is endeavoring towards interoperability between organizations to rush communication, the bullish pattern from the earlier year is supposed to proceed. So the base exchange cost has been set at 2 cents and a yearly cost close above 2 cents in 2029. AMP Value Expectation 2030. By 2030, AMP will at last outperform its past ATH values and record new cost levels. The base cost could be 2 cents and possibly arrive at a greatest value worth of 2 cents, averaging out at 2 cents. AMP Value Expectation 2031. The digital currency market is known to be profoundly unstable, which is one of the many justifications for why cost determining is a troublesome errand. Makes an honest effort to gauge future costs with accuracy. But all forecasts ought not be taken as monetary counsel, and you should DYOR. In 2031, we are anticipating that digital currency should have acquired reception across numerous areas. Thusly, the greatest AMP cost in 2031 is projected to be 3 cents in case of a bull run, with a typical value level of 3 cents. And AMP has a ton of potential in the crypto field thanks to confirmations in regards to security and speed. However, for the AMP digital money to find success, experts accept that it will expect it to continue extending its environment and displaying its helpful application. What is the AMP cost today? Today, AMP is exchanging at $0 and all-out market capitalization of $142,855,007. Is AMP a wise speculation? AMP ended up being one of the most discussed coins in the crypto space this previous year. Considering this, it is insightful to say that AMP is a decent decision of speculation. How high might AMP at any point go? The typical cost of AMP might conceivably reach $0 a year. Over the course of the following 5 years, it is projected that AMP might outperform 2 cents. What amount will AMP be worth in 5 years? In light of the rising prominence of digital money and AMP, a drawn-out interest in AMP could see the value ascend to 2 cents inside the following 5 years. What amount will AMP be worth in 10 years? On the off chance that you put resources into AMP today, similarly as with any speculation, a drawn-out increment is normal. The cost of AMP might actually ascend to 4 cents inside the following 10 years. What will the AMP cost